Hello my lovely Misfitians, and welcome back to another video. So this is a video actually that y'all voted for. So make sure that you're following me on Instagram and on YouTube, also on Facebook, if you want to be involved in kind of these voting processes for the upcoming videos that I'm doing. And this one was either a dare or a truth, and the dare was to paint on both sides of watercolor paper and basically make like a pop out painting. I might still do that in the future because this particular voting process was super close. When I set it up, it was like 50%, 50%, 50% on all of the platforms until about the third day, and then finally the truth started winning. So that's the reason why I am going to be talking about the truth, which is specifically this particular tool. And that is a circular ruler. So this is specifically the brand that I purchased. They call it an angle or circle maker. But what's really cool about this is that with this particular tool, and I'll show you how I use it, there are all these different little circle things. So think about in like the 80s when they had those nice little spiral things where you put your pencil in and you just kind of did all these little circles and stuff like that. Probably dating myself a bit, but it's kind of similar to that. And I have started using this because usually when I'm a little bit lazy, I don't really want to fill a whole piece of paper with an illustration. So sometimes what I would do is take one of these and basically create a circle to put my illustration in. So it's making basically a frame around what I want to paint, and then I can do multiple different, I can either do one illustration that's framed in a circle and then do like flowers all around it, which is what I'm thinking about doing for today, or I can do multiple illustrations. So I can put one in here and do a little bear here, and then I can put another circle down here and do maybe like a fox portrait, and do a circle over here of a different size and do another animal, and just fill the whole paper with different sizes. So this is typically what I would use, or I would use this also, but it's a little bit smaller, so this would be for smaller drawings, to make ovals. But with this particular tool, I don't necessarily need all of this. I can actually just set this down, and what's nice about this is I can make it bigger than this particular one, so that's one reason why I really like it. I think what I want to do is end the circle around this particular area. So this would be my center. I think I want it to go right here, so I can put my little pencil in that particular little hole. And I'm going to try and do this where you can see. But basically what you do is you just make sure that it stays in one place, and you go all the way around, and it creates a perfect circle. And so you can do this in multiple different ways. This, you can actually create a half circle, so there's a line here as well. You can also do little circles, which is nice. So like I'm thinking about adding some flowers in this particular area. A lot of times I'll just lay out perfect circles of where I'm thinking about putting flowers. Put this one behind. And I always try and do odd numbers. So 3, there's 2 there, so that would be 5. Maybe let's stick another one over here. 6. 7. I always find odd numbers are very appealing. But this is where I would like kind of lay out where I want my flowers to go. I'm thinking about doing tulips. And so it's really nice to have that instead of, first off, it's about the same size as this one, which is nice because you can see it. But I like having it just in all one tool instead of like fingering around. Plus I can see a lot better through the clear. So that is one thing that I really like to do when I'm basically being a little bit lazy and I don't want to draw a whole animal. I just kind of want to frame it in. Now, another thing that I wanted to show you is this particular weird tool. I don't use this very often, but every once in a while I do. This is called a bendable ruler. Some of them have actual inches and centimeters on the side, but this one does not. But what's really nice about this is, let's say I wanted to create an S curve, which are really nice to have in an illustration to create eye flow. So maybe we'll do so this is if you really, really want to be precise. You can freehand this too. But that way I can draw a line down and then kind of pull this down for like finery or leaves or something. So that's just another really nice measuring tool that I like to use, called a bendable ruler. So now that I've kind of shown you really simply how those things can be used, I'm going to go ahead and finish this particular illustration. So for this particular painting, I used Blick's hot press watercolor paper, and I absolutely love using this particular paper when I need to do very fine detail work. And it's basically because the paper is super, super smooth. So it's very easy to do line work as well as pencil work. It just transfers very, very easily. In my opinion, it's kind of a mix between mixed media paper as well as watercolor paper. So yeah, this is another alternative paper that y'all can pick up if you need to. And yeah, this is the final painting right here. I think it turned out really, really nice. So just some simple tools to basically create a nice frame as well as that S-curve on your watercolor paper for your illustrations. I really hope you enjoyed this particular video, and I wanted to let y'all know that the voting is closed for the next drawing tutorial. I have already compiled those numbers as of recording this right now, and Owl won. It won overwhelmingly. I'll put up the voting count so you can see. So that is going to be the next tutorial to look forward to. So lots of love, y'all. Stay curious, stay creative, and happy painting.